So if you're looking to get more protein in your diet and you are looking for new recipes or you want a meal plan that you can follow and it's just super simple for you, today I'm sharing how I eat 150 grams of protein in a day and around 1900 calories. I'm Melanie. If you're new here, I'm a stay-at-home mom of 4 and I love eating this way. It's how I feel my best. So hopefully you find it helpful. I have a little silly girl here. Okay, enough talking. Let's get into my full what I eat in a day for 150 grams protein. Morning, guys. For breakfast today, I am gonna be making an omelet tortilla wrap. I actually made this in my last video, but it has become my newest obsession, so that is what is for breakfast today. I'm gonna make it slightly different than I did last time, but basically you just cook some eggs on a pan, you put a tortilla on top, you wait till the eggs are cooked, and then you flip it, and you toast the tortilla on the other side, and then you add a little bit of cheese, and you roll it up, and it's So I have chopped cherry tomatoes, a little bit of chopped spinach, and some chopped red onion. I also forgot I want to chop up 1 slice of ham as well. So I'm really loving these tortillas. They're the Mexicano, I think that's how you pronounce it. I actually found these at Costco. I typically will buy the high protein wraps, but I do find that sometimes they don't hold together super well, especially with wet ingredients. I haven't tried it yet with this recipe, but I've kind of fallen in love with these tortillas lately, and I had them in my fridge, so that's what I'm using today. And I also love that they're only 90 calories and they're actually a decent size. A lot of the low calorie tortillas are quite small, so I think you do want to go with like a medium sized tortilla or even a larger sized tortilla for this recipe. All right, so I'm just gonna let the eggs cook, and once they're fully cooked, I'll just flip it over and then I'll roll it up. Yum, yum. Oh, and guys, if you have been following my videos, you know that my espresso machine has been broken, and we actually sent it off to Breville to see if we could get it fixed. Good news. She's back. We're back in business, baby. Okay, let's check on our eggs. Oh, is there anything like that for a sip of coffee? I don't think so. Looks like the eggs are cooked. You just loosen it from the pan, and this is the tricky part. I'm gonna try and do this. Oh, oops. A little pepper, salt, do not forget the salt. Roll it up. Oh, look at that. We ready for the day now. We ready. Good milk.
They're gonna be there.
So somebody is home today sick. Hey, Levi? So we're just doing a little bit of school work together, and I am saving the kids' TV time for my workout. That is something, honestly, that helps me so much. I do find it really hard to exercise when the kids are around and they're fighting and they're screaming, and it is stressful. So I try to save my kids' TV time for when I'm working out so that I can have a good workout. Everyone's happy. So that's what I do. Oh, and I'm definitely gonna have some electrolytes also while I'm working out, and I have been loving see these. This is a new electrolyte that I've been trying. It's the BioSteel peach flavor, and it is very good. Highly recommend this one. Love it. Oh, and it is another snowy day outside. Have a peek. Okay, so I have my electrolytes and I'm just getting ready to have a workout. I just snuck away in our office where it's quiet so that I could have a really quick chat with you guys and also a peek at my macros for the day. I'm gonna actually show you. I've been using Chronometer. You can just see on this app, Chronometer, I've just typed in everything for my whole day. Primarily, my goal is to get enough protein in a day. As long as I get somewhere around 120 to 150, somewhere in that range, I'm happy. When I'm planning ahead, I'm mostly doing this just to see where I'm at and to see how I can tweak my diet for future days. And it's a good idea just once in a while to track your macros, just to see what your maintenance calories should be, because it's different for everybody based on your metabolism, based on your own body. So it is a good idea to track your own calories, even if it's just for a week, and weighing yourself to see if the scale is moving at all. And that's how you figure out your maintenance calories. So I did plan out all of my meals and snacks, and I'm sharing that full meal plan with you guys completely for free. It's in the description box below. It has the full breakdown, all of the recipes, the grocery list, the macros, everything that you need if you do want to eat exactly as I'm eating today. And you can just tweak it however you need to for your own macros. So hopefully that's helpful. I'm about to have a workout and I'm a tiny bit hungry, and I did not account for a pre-workout snack. I do have 3 snacks in my meal plan because I'm a snacky girl. So I'm gonna have some dried mango, just a little handful here. I love dried mango before a workout, especially if I'm doing a bit of cardio, because it's just fast energy. It digests really quickly and it sits really well in my belly. So I'm gonna eat some mango, and then I'm gonna have a workout, and then I'm gonna have a post-workout snack, and then I'll have lunch shortly after. So we got lots of food coming. Okay, I'm done the run portion of my workout, and I have to say I'm so glad that I had that mango before, because my belly is grumbling. I'm already hungry again, so definitely needed more fuel before my workout, but it's okay. Lesson learned. Something that helps me, I have been tracking my workouts throughout the week and just writing it down. That helps me so much. So every day I know I'm hitting at least 1 long run, 1 tempo run, which is a little bit of a harder pace for me. And then I try to do a VO2 max workout. So that's basically keeping my heart rate really high throughout the whole thing and just transitioning from one movement to the next with little rest in between. And then I also try to get in at least 2 days of strength training. So that's like my week of workouts, and it's kind of flexible. I'm not always doing that, but that is my goal. So yeah, today was my tempo run day, and I'm gonna add in a little bit of core work at the end of my run. Yeah, I'm feeling good. Feeling a little bit hungry, but it's almost snack time. We can do it. We can make it. Just a little bit longer. Let's go eat. If you're a girl who loves your chocolate, I mean, I'm not typically a sweets kind of girl. I'm more of a salty girl, but sometimes when the chocolate craving hits, yeah, it hits hard. So this is the perfect kind of dessert style snack, or you could even have this as a breakfast. The banana adds in a nice natural sweetness, and then I'm adding in half a scoop of chocolate whey isolate protein powder. So that's where we're getting the majority of our protein in this meal. This makes for the perfect post-workout snack, but it is also a great breakfast option as well if you want to start your day off with a little bit of chocolate. And then I'm just topping it with some slivered almonds and a little bit of shredded coconut, which takes it up to another level. I love coconut. It makes me feel like I'm on vacation. I just got back from Mexico, so I'm definitely missing the pina coladas and the warmth and the sun, but this oatmeal makes me feel a little bit better. It's like a dessert. I love this so much. The coconut, the banana, the chocolate. Going outside?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see you out there. Nice. I love having salads for lunch. It's so easy for me to make a quick salad when I'm home. So today I made a Greek salad. It has all your classic Greek ingredients: cucumber, tomato, black olives, and red onion. And then I'm going to be using a light feta cheese. Sometimes I will go for a light cheese option. That way I'm cutting back on some of the calories, but I don't feel like I'm missing out on having cheese. I love cheese so much. And then something else that I do is I will have leftover protein in my fridge that I can throw on top of my salads. Just makes it really easy to add protein to your salads or to throw it in a wrap if it's already in the fridge. And now I'm just working on a homemade Greek salad dressing. Salad dressings are so easy to throw together and they taste so much better than the store-bought. This is just a combination of lemon juice and olive oil. I like to add Dijon mustard to my salad dressings and a little scoop of honey along with garlic powder and oregano, salt and pepper. What are we making?
Bread.
Bread? What kind of bread?
Sourdough.
You're right. Making bread.
Making bread.
Making bread.
Making bread.
Sourdough bread.
Sourdough bread.
Sourdough bread.
Sourdough bread.
So I'm starting the process of a sourdough loaf today. Actually, 2 loaves. I love sourdough bread so much. It is a huge passion of mine. Probably my most favorite food. So I'm starting it today, but it won't be ready to bake until actually tomorrow morning.
Mom.
So it spends a lot of time just sitting on the counter, fermenting, which makes it a healthier bread. Your body can digest it so much easier. I know this video isn't about sourdough, but I love it so much. I just find it so amazing that this sticky mass of dough is going to turn into the most beautiful loaf of bread.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have this old binder that's literally falling apart that I keep in my cupboard, and it is full of some of my most favorite recipes. And in this binder, I had to find my Mongolian meatball recipe that I have used for years. I love using other recipes for inspiration, and then I just adapt them. I'll make them healthier, I'll add in my own flavor or my own twist, and hope that it works out. And this recipe, I can confirm it worked out. It is packed with flavor. These are so yummy. They are a tiny bit spicy, so if you don't like spice, just don't use the crushed chili flakes. I almost killed one of my kids when they tried to eat these, so lesson learned, I won't go so heavy on the chili flakes. I also use like a rice vinegar and tamari, just unique ingredients that you don't typically find in a meatball recipe. I am an Italian girl, so when somebody says meatball to me, I am thinking spaghetti and your classic Italian meatballs. I'm definitely not thinking ginger and green onions, that's for sure. But trust me, it works and it's so good. Now here's a swap that I made. Instead of using breadcrumbs in these meatballs, I used almond flour instead. But don't get me wrong, I'm not against breadcrumbs. I just wanted to see if I could make these meatballs work with almond flour. If you are trying to make little healthy swaps, this is one of those swaps that you can make. Almond flour is a lower carb, it's gluten-free. It adds a little bit more flavor and satiety because it is higher in fat. It also won't spike your blood sugar. At the end of the day, it's just personal preference, so use whatever you prefer. Now I'm gonna move on to making the sauce to go with the Mongolian meatballs. So the meatballs are just browning in the pan, and I'm just combining tamari and maple syrup. I have some beef broth. You could also use a beef bone broth, and that will give you even more protein in this dish. And then I'm just grating some ginger. I always keep my fresh ginger in the freezer so that I can easily grate it into any recipe. And then I'm mincing in a few garlic cloves, stirring everything together, and I'm setting it aside because I want my meatballs to brown on all sides before I add the sauce. Now I'm just quickly throwing some frozen broccoli in my steam basket. So you do have to be careful when you're flipping these meatballs. If you do use the almond flour, it doesn't hold the meatballs together quite the same way, but don't let that stop you from using the almond flour because it does work just fine. You just want to be a little bit gentle. Now that my meatballs are brown, I'm pouring the sauce, bringing it up to a simmer and popping a lid on and letting them cook for about 7 or 8 minutes or until they're fully cooked. And then I just made a slurry with cornstarch and water, and that's just gonna help thicken the sauce just slightly. Give it a couple of minutes to simmer and thicken, and then you are ready to eat. All of this right here, looking at my meal plan, is 378 calories, which is pretty good. 37 grams of protein, 35 grams of carbs, and 11 grams of fat. So that is dinner tonight, and I'm so excited to try it. Oh, very happy with that. I do think the meatballs are a little bit more crumbly because I swapped breadcrumbs for almond flour. So that's to be expected. So just be careful when you're cooking the meatballs that when you're turning them, make sure that they're sliding on the pan first. Otherwise, if they get stuck to the bottom of the pan, they might start to crumble a little bit. So you want to be a little bit gentle. You could even use a non-stick pan if you prefer. And you could always just use breadcrumbs instead of almond flour if you don't really care. I just wanted to test it out and see if it works, and it did. Well, I did measure all of my food today. I tried my best to track everything. Please don't get the wrong impression that I'm all about perfection. I'm actually not at all. This isn't something that I do every single day. But when I do track, I really hope that it helps somebody. And in sharing this, my heart is that somebody somewhere will find it helpful. And if you did, please hit the like and subscribe and come back again.